Good evening, and welcome to our annual Program of Studies night. I would have never predicted we would be having this event virtually, but we are learning the real meaning of flexibility. Thank you for joining us tonight. I think you will really love it here. The high school years fly by, but it is our hope that you will enjoy your coursework, learn about who you are and what makes you tick, and find the places where you feel most fulfilled and confident. We are here to help you and look forward to enjoying your high school years with you. I would like to introduce you to some important people who are part of your team moving forward. This admin team is the best, and I am not biased. Our three assistant principals are Dr. Karen Haney, Mrs. Lisa Kelly, and Mr. Jim Kelly, not related to Mrs. Kelly. Dr. Haney works with students with last names between A through G. Mrs. Kelly works with students with last names between H through O, and Mr. Kelly works with students with last names between P and Z. Our activities and athletic director is Mr. Jim Cairns. You will quickly see that he defines school spirit. Your school counselors are also instrumental in your support network as well. Ms. Parada works with students with the last names between A and DH. Mrs. DeBolt works with students with last names between DI and HO. Mrs. Samet works with students with last names between HP and MC. Mr. Yusenchek works with students with last names between MD and SB. And finally, Mrs. Glover works with students with last names between SC and Z. Additionally, Ms. Moyer is our resource support counselor, and Ms. Anderson is our college and career counselor. Our counseling team is exceptional, and these folks are here to help you answer your questions and design your program to support your future goals. I would now like to introduce Dr. Karen Haney. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Karen Haney, one of the assistant principals here at the high school. For course selection, we've gone virtual this year. Between December and January, students received course selection information. The program of studies was posted to the website and is still available. Teachers are currently working on course recommendations in Infinite Campus. We are hoping that they would be done in the next day or two, and then we will release the academic plan to you to review your students' course recommendations. Next week and through the end of this month, you and your student should be completing course selection electronically. Then for the 5 to 6 weeks that follow, counselors will meet with students to discuss course selections. If you disagree with a teacher recommendation, there is a course waiver process which involves parent overrides. Additionally, we do request that you review your students' final course selections and expect that course verifications are completed by March 15th. Finally, in the program of studies, there is an explanation of alternative coursework. I encourage you to read it if you are interested. In summary, the Wissahickon School District recognizes that students may want to challenge themselves by taking additional coursework over the summer with the purpose of advancing along a course sequence. In doing so, students must take classes equivalent to the Wissahickon High School curriculum at alternative sites, and there are certain conditions that must be met. There are deadlines for approval and requirements to earn the credit. The request to participate in alternative coursework is the deadline to request to participate in alternative coursework is May 7th, and additional specifics may be found in the program of studies. Until April 9th, students and parents can make requests for changes in course levels or elective changes. Changes after this time are for corrections only. We do not allow changes after April 9th because of the staffing implications and the effects that it would have on the master schedule. At that time, we will be well underway in building a master schedule, and the sections will be created based on the numbers of students in each course. Making changes would then impact teacher schedules and the master schedule in general. Please understand that if we allowed continued changes, master scheduling would become an impossible feat. There is a process for parent or initiated student change in course to move down a level. And the considerations are that the student must be failing, the student has documented they've received additional supports, they've made an appointment with their guidance counselor and discussed the change, and the teacher has been consulted. Finally, the parent has made the request in writing. This change will be done with an administrator's approval, and a grade of W for withdrawal will appear on the transcript. Of course, there is also an option once the school year starts for students to move up a level. In this case, the teacher would recommend the change in placement. Parent and student would need to meet with the teacher and the counselor, and this does often require a conversation with the prior year's teacher. Finally, to discuss graduation requirements, there are 26.8 8 credits required for students to graduate from this high school in 4 years. Students need 6 credits to move from 9th to 10th grade, 12.5 credits to be considered an 11th grader, and a minimum of 19 credits to move from 11th grade to 12th grade. They also need to have successfully completed the graduation project and demonstrated proficiency on the Keystone exams. I'd like to finally note what's down the bottom of this slide, which is students must have a full program schedule that includes 8 scheduled course blocks with no more than 1 of the 8 blocks scheduled as a study hall. And finally, the credit requirements by department for graduation include 4 credits of English and social studies, 7 credits of math and science combined, a credit of wellness, which is typically taken in 9th grade, half a credit of health, and a full credit of phys ed, the 8/10 of a credit for graduation project, and 2 credits for a world language. The remaining credits of those 26.8 required for graduation come from the electives. I would now like to introduce Mr. Jim Kelly to present the next portion of this presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. My name is Jim Kelly. I'm an assistant principal at the high school working with students in the alphabet P through Z. This year, we only have 2 course updates. We will be offering an honors option for our Principles of Biomedical Science and also our Medical Interventions course. Each year, the Pennsylvania Department of Education requires all students to pass a Keystone exam in the subjects of math, science, and language arts. Additionally, the Pennsylvania State Legislature passed Act 136, changing the graduation requirements related to Keystone exam proficiency for students. This is now a high school graduation requirement beginning with the class of 2023. 11th and 12th grade students are exempt from the Keystone requirements. Additionally, any 9th or 10th grade student who was scheduled to test in the winter because they took a Keystone trigger course last year, whether it was Algebra 1, Algebra 1B, Bio, Honors or Academic, and also our Lang Lit, Honors, Academic, and Gifted level, but was not able to take the Spring 2020 Keystone, is now automatically deemed proficient in that subject area for the purpose of graduation requirements, as long as that student successfully completed the corresponding course. Remember, there are alternate ways to demonstrate proficiency, and there are remediation supports for students. Support during intervention and enrichment, or our IE period, support through an online remediation program, and students can make multiple attempts to attain proficiency on the Keystone.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Hello, I am Mrs. Kelly, and I work with students with last names H through O. Being a 9th grader means that you are part of a special 9th grade academy. The course selection process is the same, but you will have a core group of teachers and you will be assigned to a team. There are 3 teams. These teams allow teachers to have common planning time, weekly meetings, and facilitate conferences. Now let's look at a sample schedule. Don't worry, it looks more complicated than it is. The high school schedule runs on a 6-day cycle. You will attend homeroom on the first 4 days. Attendance will then be taken in classes on days 5 and 6. On days 1 through 4, courses rotate depending on the day, and you will go through all of your classes and see all of your teachers. On a day 1, you will go to your first course first. On a day 2, you will go to your second course first, third course second, fourth course third, and so on. On day 3, you will go to your third course first, and so on and so forth. And on day 4, you will go to your fourth course first. On days 5 and 6, you will have half of your classes for a longer period of time. On day 5, you will go to your odd-numbered classes, and on day 6, you will go to your even-numbered courses. On days 5 and 6, you will also attend a period called IE. During this period, you will be able to see your teachers for extra support or attend a session on something you wouldn't normally do during the school day, such as playing board games, watching television shows, participating in yoga, or nail painting. We know that the transition to high school can be a bit scary, exciting, and challenging. Because of this, we have some great things put in place to help ease your transition. Our Ambassadors Club works to make new students feel welcome and comfortable at Wissahickon High School. They also strive to establish relationships with fellow students and foster a sense of community. Our WISLink program also helps to facilitate the 9th grade transition. The WISLink leaders will periodically pop into your smaller homerooms and will coordinate academic follow-up activities and social follow-up activities. They will also plan for fun activities such as the Link Flyover Day and 9th grade orientation, which is generally held the Friday before school starts.
Hi, my name is Antoinette Parada, and I am one of the counselors at Wissahickon High School. I also serve as the North Monco Technical Career Center liaison. Our students have the opportunity to apply in the spring of their freshman year for admission for the fall of their sophomore year. There are 8 clusters offered at North Monco, and I'll just review those with you. We have construction trades, and under that falls construction carpentry, HVAC, and electrical trades. There's the cosmetology cluster. There's the culinary arts cluster, which under that falls culinary arts and baking and pastry foods. They also offer engineering and manufacturing design, which under that is computer integrated machining, drafting and design, mechatronics, and welding and fabrication. They have the health and human services cluster, which under that is allied health, biotechnology, health sciences, and protective services. They have a horticulture cluster. They also have a power and transportation cluster, and under that is automotive collision repair, automotive technology, diesel truck technology, and recreational power equipment. And the final cluster is visual communications, and under that falls advertising design, graphic arts, and internet technologies. All students will meet with their school counselor to review their course selection. If they are interested in the tech school, they will have to submit their enrollment form by March 4th. You will soon be able to find an informational video on the programming offered at North Monco on our website. If you have any questions regarding North Monco or course selection for next school year, please reach out to your student's school counselor.
Hi everyone, my name is Stacy Anderson and I am the College and Career Counselor at Wissahickon High School. My role at the high school is a little bit different than the other school counselors, so I wanted to take a minute to explain how our program works. I do not have an alphabetically assigned caseload like the other counselors and support all students on an as-needed capacity at any point throughout high school. I meet with students and parents who need assistance with college and career planning when they're ready, whether that be in 9th grade, 10th grade, or 11th grade. I won't ever replace a student's alphabetically assigned school counselor, but I will become an additional support service. One of the most important parts of my job is connecting with university and school representatives from across the country. In a normal year, I would do this by traveling to visit campuses and programs in person, or also meet with these individuals when they visit us at Wissahickon each fall. This year, we've maintained those relationships through virtual visits and programs. This allows myself and the counseling team to stay current on issues related to college admissions and post-secondary options, along with keeping these admissions representatives up to date with our own initiatives here at Wissahickon. To pass this information along to our families, we send regular email updates to our upper class parents. We hold evening parent sessions throughout the year on topics related to college and career planning, and we meet individually with students. In addition to four-year colleges, we also maintain active relationships with trade and technical schools, community colleges, and military recruiters. An important tool that we have available to students at Wissahickon is called SCORE. SCORE is our web-based college and career planning tool. All students at the high school have access to a SCORE account, and as parents, if you'd like to have your own SCORE account, we can set one up for you. This tool can be used to research colleges, view virtual tours, and see historical admissions data from our previous Wissahickon High School students who are now graduates. You can also record and track your extracurricular activities, which could be helpful for a resume or when you're ready to complete college applications. SCORE has a wonderful career tool called U-Science, which becomes available to students in grade 10. U-Science is an aptitude-based career assessments that will link students to a career database showing thousands of jobs and the skills and demands needed for those professions. We welcome you to reach out with any questions at any point in time, or if you'd like to schedule a meeting. Planning for life after high school is complicated, but myself and the other school counselors are here to help.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. My name is Jim Cairns, Director of Activities and Athletics here at Wissahickon High School. I'm here to challenge our students to get as involved as possible after the school day ends. We have over 50 plus clubs that we hope meet your interests, where you can meet fellow Wissahickon students who are passionate about the same things that you are. If you get involved, I promise you, you will have a rewarding experience here at our high school. If you're interested in athletics, we have fall, winter, and spring sports that we offer. We compete in the Suburban 1 League, and we're a member of the PIAA. You can see the list of sports that we have on the screen right now. And in many sports, we have a varsity, a junior varsity, and 9th grade teams. If you have any interest, please do not hesitate to contact the athletic office. Thank you. And once again, I challenge you to get involved, and I wish you the best during your time here at Wissahickon High School.
For the second part of the Wissahickon High School Program of Studies night, there are many options for breakout rooms for parents and students to ask questions of teachers from the various Wissahickon High School departments. The purpose of these breakout rooms is to ask questions of staff related to curriculum. Please understand that these teachers may not know your individual student, and that those individual student questions should be addressed directly with the student's current teacher or counselor. Additionally, some of these breakout groups for certain subject areas are broken down by alphabet or world language. The meeting links are posted to the Wissahickon High School website. These breakout rooms will open at 7:30 p.m. and will remain open until 8:30 this evening. Upon joining a meeting, parents and students may be placed directly in the lobby of the meeting until the staff member is available to speak with you regarding your questions. Thank you for your attention to this presentation, and we wish you all a wonderful evening.